So, hi, everybody, and welcome to my podcast. I'm your humble host, Alonda Silva, and it's always a pleasure, one, to be here, and secondly, to share some of my stories and some of my guest stories with you guys. And if this is the first time you're joining any of my podcasts, and you're wondering, who is this girl or what is this about? So, my podcast is about one, sharing stories that will encourage young people to achieve their dreams. I like to talk about mental resilience, physical resilience, emotional resilience, and particularly financial resilience, and to bring guests that have interesting stories and that have in stories that have stories that can inspire other people. I like to bring them on board so that they can share their story, and just so that maybe someone or you would know that you're not the only one on this journey, and many of the things that you are probably going through right now, other people have gone through it, and maybe you could just pick one or two things that will help you on your own journey. How does that sound? Does that sound great? I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. Please hit that notification button just so you're aware whenever we drop any of these nuggets. And I'm going to jump straight in. So today, we're going to be talking about building a resilient life, stories of hard work, and focus for young achievers. And I've got no one else than my wonderful friend Gerald here that's going to share some of his stories and how resilience has really played a key part in his success today. So I'm going to be sharing the stage, having a conversation with Gerald. But before I bring Gerald on, I would like to give you guys a short bio. So Gerald Olumide is a senior software engineer with 6+ years of experience designing and building software used by millions worldwide. He has worked on numerous products across consumer tools and enterprise systems with a strong focus on clarity, performance, and user experience. He enjoys solving complex problems, improving systems, and finding new ways to make technology more helpful and impactful. Outside work, Gerald spends his time exploring new tech trends, mentoring developers, and discovering good music. Hi, Gerald. Welcome to my podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much.
We're talking about resilience. And my first question says, can you share a pivotal moment in your life that significantly influenced your journey?
Thank you again. Thank you once again. There was a time in my life when, I was doing the normal work in the country. I mean, of course, living in Nigeria. And I asked myself, um, is this how you're gonna keep going? Like, what's the future? How are you gonna um take care of your wife, your kids, and everything? Then I looked around. I wasn't actually able to see a lot of things I could do at that point. But then I remembered that back then in school, I used to build websites with WordPress and everything. Back then, it was just a little thing, wasn't much of a big deal then. And later on, when I was asking that question, I looked for a job and I got a job, but the job I got, it wasn't like it has to do with WordPress that I learned back then. But it wasn't really what I was looking for. Definitely, it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I had to start like searching again, so searching, asking myself questions and saying, what else can I do? What else can I do? And there comes a time when you're looking, you keep asking questions, you're looking for opportunities. When the opportunity comes, of course you have to be ready for the opportunity. Of course, um it's not just you're asking questions. You also need to be like, while you're asking the question, also find anything you can do in that process. At that moment, I was actually like learning new things and also kept asking questions of what's the next phase of my life is going to be like. And why am I even asking the question? Because you need to actually tell yourself that, of course, this is not really working. And of course, I mentioned the fact that the job I was doing then, if I had to tell you the amounts they were paying me that time was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous to the point that, you know, right now I ask myself, how was I even living off that amount at that moment? But I believe that's even what actually gave me the it was the that's what brought out the hunger
The
in me to want to
drive
be better
or
and want to
yeah.
achieve more than what I was currently having. I wanted more out of it. So I opportunity came, of course, and then I saw a post out there for a training for someone who wants um to be in the tech to just to get into the tech. And then I was in the media, and media wasn't really what I wanted, honestly. No shades to media. Media has its own good and all that. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
personally, it wasn't just what I wanted. I wanted, do you understand? And immediately I got the opportunity. It came with a lot of sacrifices. I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And the sacrifices were things that I told myself. I mean, the challenges came, of course, and I had to like kept going on days where I asked myself, "You can't go again." I tell myself, "The future is good. Keep going." And I'm not even gonna lie to you. What I saw before, what kept me going before, I'm actually reaping the fruit right now, and I'm so happy I never stopped then. So
Mm-hmm.
what actually made me to like tell myself no, enough is enough was basically how the life was going for me. I did not
Mm-hmm.
really see myself making a life or becoming somebody with such life I was living then. So I asked myself, no, something has to change. And I had to do something to change it, of course.
I
Yeah.
love that. Something has to change, guys. I guess someone says that it's when you find yourself pressed the back of a wall that you discover that look, you've got to just go through that wall. And then you discover this inner power within you when you feel like you are the weakest. And that's when you discover that you're actually the strongest because then you've got to have to give, you have to go, you have to give your all and just go all in because there's no turning back. You're already at the bottom
Mm.
anyway. There's no turning back.
Anyway, seriously.
And so, and sometimes frustration or being tired is the catalyst for change. You have to come to a point where you're
Yeah,
tired
I agree with you.
of your situation, of that situation that you're not comfortable with. You're tired, completely tired of it. And now you break through and like, I can't take this anymore. I've got to do something different. And then you get the inner strength to just blow through the wall. And then I think beyond that wall, that is where your happiness lies. You know, that's where your breakthrough comes. And I love your story because easy, isn't it the the story of everyone? Don't we all have to go through an element of challenge or some kind of situation to actually discover that we actually have more within us than the eyes can meet?
Definitely,
That there's more to
definitely.
you than the eyes can meet. There's more strength within you. There's more resilience within you. There's more resourcefulness within you. There's more joy, peace, happiness, more love within you. But until you're really faced with challenges that bring those fruits out, sometimes they remain dormant for many people. But
I
today,
agree with you.
we want to be the midwives to your dream. We want to be the midwives to your resilience, to your love, to your happiness, to anything that you're meant to be, but you're actually stopping yourself right now. We want to be the midwives. We want to be those people that prompts you up and that keep you thinking, maybe, just maybe there's something more beyond these walls. Just maybe, just maybe if I stay longer, if I keep at it a little bit longer, if I'm just a bit patient, if I just hold on a little bit more, maybe there's help on the other side. And I'm going to tell
Yes,
you, there is help on the other side. I've got through my own journey. Olumide has gone through his own journey. I've got a lot of people that go through their own journey. You are going through your own journey, and there's always something better to look forward to. And I love that. And I'm going to jump right into my second question that says, how has resilience helped you navigate challenges in your personal and professional life? Let's
all
start
right,
with your
thank you.
personal life.
Yeah, like in my personal life, I mean, I just mentioned one. I mean, not giving up, still looking forward to a better day, knowing fully well that there's something better on the other side. That's personally, I mean, that keeps me going. And of course, in life generally, we all have moments in our lives when we feel like this thing can never be done. We can never get through this, and we feel like this is a breaking. I mean, this is like a wall I can't break through. I can't go
Yeah.
through this wall. I mean, we just need to like go a little further because
Mm.
I mean behind that wall, you don't know what is there. And of course, oftentimes, usually something beautiful that is on the other side of the wall, and just break through. Just break through. That is my personal life that I've mentioned before. In my career wise, I'm not even gonna lie. When I started out, it was so hard. Me, I mentioned yes, I was learning this, I was learning that. Nobody gave me any opportunity. I was I remember looking for internship. It's very actually an interesting story to them. I remember going seriously. I remember going. I packed my bag.
Mhm.
I took a bus. I went to there's a place in Lagos called Yaba. Yaba is more like a Silicon Valley in America.
Mhm.
Do you understand? It's like a Silicon Valley of Nigeria in Lagos. I know that there were many companies there, tech companies there, and they are doing wonderful things. So I just wanted to be part of the team, and also like and I wanted to learn because apart from what I was learning, like on make paying for something on online just for me to learn, I wanted someone to actually give me the real work to do so that I can do the
Mhm.
real work. And it was kind of challenging. So I remember going to Yaba. I did not have any place I was going. My intention is when you get to Yaba, go to this office. And what did I do in that tech companies in Yaba? I started going to one of like each and every one of them. My name is Gerald Olumide. I'm just learning this thing. I would like to do my internship here. If you people will take me. Some were like, we are not taking anybody. A lot. One told me I should go online, I should go and meet people. There are a lot of people online that will be willing to coach me and everything. I said, boy, can you introduce to someone? No, we don't. There was a lot of no's, no, no. A lot. Everybody was saying no, 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 no. But did I take no for an answer? No, I didn't. I kept on pushing and kept on pushing. Opportunity later came through a friend. Not even me going to that place and looking for different companies, reaching out to people online. I even remember I reached out to a couple of people online. Most people never replied me. Some replied me. The response, if I tell you, I still go to my Twitter today. I still check their responses. And when I check their responses, I just laugh like, oh, imagine what these guys were telling me then. And I remember telling myself then when I was like looking up, I mean, trying to like get into the world of tech. I remember telling myself then that if I ever get into this space, I will make sure that I teach people that want to learn this thing because it
Mhm.
takes nothing for you to be nice to people. This young boy
Mhm.
just want to learn. He just needs an opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
And though when I got into the space, I understand what it means for most of them, probably because
Mhm.
being in this space is kind of like hard. The work is not easy. You don't even have enough time for yourself,
For
your
instance,
family
yes.
alone. You want to start teaching people. I get it now that I'm here,
Yeah.
but of course, um, I think there should be a way we can actually like form. Of course, there are some communities that I was supposed to be part of. I wasn't able to also join some communities. But anyways, it was just the fact that I never gave up that made my friend to give me an opportunity to work on a project, a real project. And on that project, of course now, when you've been looking for opportunity for so long, finally somebody gave you an opportunity. That's what you're gonna do. You want to prove yourself,
Yeah.
make sure that you prove yourself very well. And that's what I did on the project. I proved myself
Mm.
beyond the level that I told myself that no, you are really ready for this. And
Mm-mm.
the place where I was trained, I mentioned before that there was an opening of people like the people that trained, the company that trained me initially. So there was a guy working there. He's actually is a senior software engineer in the company. He got to see the work that I've done and everything. He was like, guy, go look for job now. This thing you're doing is already enough for you to get a job. I said, I'm looking for the job. I can't find it. He said, don't worry, these are the place you find opportunity. You are good. And again, there comes a time also when you feel like I'm not good enough. Do you understand? It kicks in. It keeps telling you you're not good enough. Even when you know that you're good enough, there's something that creeps in and lets you know that you're not good enough. So just in a
Mhm.
nutshell, is the fact that I had series of things that could have held me back, not getting to where I'm supposed to be today, but me not taking no for an answer actually got me to where I am today. That's just it.
Yeah. I love that. Not taking no for an answer. And gosh, don't we all suffer from imposter syndrome that we're not good enough? Someone told me that many of the challenges that we have are challenges within ourselves. Your neighbor is not your problem.
Yeah,
Your boss is not your problem. Other people are not your problem. It's within yourselves, within ourselves,
sure.
that we need to check ourselves again and find that inner strength. When you know yourself, when you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I can do it and I will do it. There is a way that life is gonna open up to you beyond what you ever imagine. So the story of not giving up. And hopefully, everything we've shared so far, we are not trying to impress you or trying to show up. We're just trying to impress upon you that maybe there's another way of living. Maybe there's another way, you know, of achieving. Maybe there is a way for you that you don't even know that is beyond your current circumstances. Maybe you just have to look further. Maybe you just have to look broader. Maybe you just have to listen to other people that have gone through that journey and they've come out better. Just maybe you just have to keep an open mind for your next opportunity. So I love these stories and I'm committed to this. I'm committed to showcasing, bringing people who have stories to inspire other people. I'm committed to bringing them to this platform for you. So hopefully you get to come back. Well, my next question is, what role does hard work play in achieving success and how do you stay motivated?
That's actually a good question because I will tell you something. When I started learning this, when I started out, I remember there were times when um programming gets hard. And there were times I was even saying, hope I'll not go and start playing football. If I'm even a footballer, I don't think it's as hard as like it's not just to be kicking ball on the pitch and all that. I told myself again, what other work can I do? This thing is hard. Can I even break through? Can I do this thing? So I would say the motivation for me is just the fact that I always want to grow. One, I love learning new things. That is one thing about me. I love learning new things. And I am not afraid to say that I don't know this. I am never afraid to
Mm,
say I don't know. And you saying you don't know something is you're a step closer to learning it. Admit that you don't know this.
mm,
You don't know everything.
yeah.
And I have people that I've worked with, people that I senior in my level of work. I ask them questions. Not that I know everything more than them. Do you understand? I ask questions just to get something. And
Mm,
of course, we are all different in our ways. There are people that when you ask them questions, they might feel like you are questioning should I call it the integrity of their work or something? But then I let it go like, wait, I'm just trying to learn. I see you
mm,
do this. What does this mean? How does this
mhm,
thing work? Do you understand?
mhm,
So I would say I trying to grow. Do you understand? With the
mhm,
aim, you want to grow. That's number one thing. And
mhm,
of course, I love challenges. Anything
mhm,
that challenges me, I love it. If I'm working on something and I find out that this thing is blocking me, I can't go through this thing, I'm happy. Do you know why?
mm,
Right there, by the time I'm done fixing it, I would have learned something.
yeah.
That is it
Yeah.
for me. When I feel like this thing is blocked, I can't fix this thing, I will just need to rest. After some time, couple of hours, couple of this thing, after I'm done fixing, I'm happy because I know I will fix it, definitely.
Mhm, mhm.
There's always a way.
There's always a
There's
way. I love it.
always a way.
That's
And
one
of
of
course,
my
when
mottos.
you're
There's
able to
always
get
a
that
way.
thing done, you will learn. And that's the same thing about life, anyways. In life, there are times when you get to a point and probably life issues are just trying to like shape you into who, of course, all of us, we all have our scars. Of course, we have things that we've gone through in life that made us who we are today. If we never went through all those things, I don't think we're gonna be here and be saying, oh, I've gone through this, and those are the things that you went through that actually made you who you are. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So the
Yeah.
truth is, personally, one thing that just keep me motivated is that I like the fact that I'm gonna learn something new. When I see new challenge, I see new lessons. Basically, that's just it. New challenge, new lesson. That's just it for me.
I love it. New challenge, new lesson. And that's how you stay motivated. I love that you say that adopting an attitude of continuous learning, being a student of life. I call it being a student of life, like being open and willing to learn, knowing that you never stop learning and nobody knows everything. And look, you're not expected to know everything either. It's crazy to expect someone to know everything. You're not expected to know everything. So be curious, ask questions, be engaged. And that is really how you stay motivated. That is true. That is true. And so move on to my next question. And it says, how do you maintain focus on your goals, especially when faced with distraction? Oof.
Okay. Focusing on your goal with so much distraction is just the fact that with this world of social media, of course, and you see a lot of distractions. Distractions are everywhere now. Not like when we
Everywhere.
were growing up when there was not much distraction. You know all these, right? Distractions are everywhere. And I'm
Everywhere.
gonna tell you something again. Everything revolves around what I've been through, and that's what I'm using to answer like most of the things you are saying. Do you understand?
Mm. Yeah.
And when I started this whole thing, I remember I locked in. I told
Mm.
myself, give yourself 6 months.
Mm.
Give yourself I gave myself a particular time and I said, block every noise, any distraction, block it out and focus on this thing. And of course, there's no much thing. I understand because, they say all work cannot play make Jack a dull boy. I mean, right? But then there are times to be serious and time to play. And whenever you're trying to get something done, you need to stay locked in because at the end of the day, you for you to even start the journey, there's a result you've seen that you are going to achieve at the end of it. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
letting that result keep motivating you and makes you want to like be disciplined because you have to be disciplined about it. There's no two ways
It's true.
about it. You have to be
Yeah.
disciplined about it.
Yeah.
And being disciplined has to do with you know what you need to do and the time you're supposed to do it. Do you understand? And
Mhm.
staying consistent with whatever you're doing. Do you
Mm.
understand? Because
Mhm.
sometimes you get distracted in a way that, oh, today I'm gonna do this thing, I'm gonna achieve this thing. This is what I do basically. I learned this from my boss. You know, there was a time I was earning somebody the marketing department, one of the top people there in the marketing department. They were saying what our boss usually do in the meetings when they're having this management meeting. You know, he said that what are you achieving today? It's always like, oh, I'm achieving this. But like, no, just give me two things you want to achieve. You don't have to achieve like five different. Just give me two things you want to achieve this week, today, and stay locked in. Do you understand? So basically, uh, what that is just it. I see the result before I even embark on anything. Do you understand?
Mm.
And the
Mhm.
fact that I know that this result is what I want,
Mhm.
and for me to achieve this result, I need to stay focused because you can't achieve anything by being distracted. And you need to like play the noise out. There are times you might just need to stay on your own, be by
Yeah.
yourself for like a couple of times, or have a
Mhm.
time. Of course, if you're a family person, have a
Mm.
time of the
Of the
day
day.
you
Yeah.
spend with the family, time of the day you spend with yourself. Because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, you have a goal. You have a goal. And if it is social media that is taking much of your time, of course, after some time, know what this is what I do. On my phone, I have DND on my phone. Days that I'm working, I usually put my phone on DND. My WhatsApp, my calls, none of them call comes in. Why? Monday to Friday, I have a time, beginning of the time of work, the time I finish from work. I have
Mhm.
those times to take on my DND. When you
Mhm.
call me, it's not gonna ring.
Mhm.
You understand? And on weekends, I block work. It is work that don't get me on those time of the day.
Mhm.
Time for family. Do you
Mhm.
understand? So
Yeah.
there are times you need to set all these things. All these things that are in your gadgets, you can
Mhm.
set them. They're there to keep you focused. Do you understand? So basically, that's what I do to stay focused.
I love it. I love it. I love that you
Yeah,
mentioned that you have to keep your eye on your North Star. You have to keep your eye on your goal, on what you want to achieve, on the results. Because if your eye is not on the result, it's so easy for you to get distracted by the next shiny object in the neighborhood. One,
definitely.
you keep your eye on your goal. Two, you're disciplined to set, I would say, boundaries and set limitations that are going to help you move forward. And I love that you said you learn from your boss. You are aware, open up to your environment, hear and learn from other people. What
Yeah.
are others doing? And finally, put your put your freaking phone on do not disturb, please.
Seriously.
Put it on do not disturb and don't feel guilty about it. If you need time
No,
to focus, put your phone on do not disturb. What I do for me, I hate it when my sleep is interrupted. So at night, my phone is on flight mode. You can't
wow.
get through to me at night. So if it's an emergency, sorry, call the police. If you have an emergency, call the police. Not me. You know?
Uh,
And then same. And my phone is always on silence because I don't like to interrupt me. And my social media, I don't get like notifications. I have to go on there and see what is
definitely.
on there. I don't get like
Exactly.
prompts coming because when you get prompt, they prompt you to take action. And I'm like, look, I need to finish before you know you spend 2 hours on social media that you didn't plan to. Meanwhile, you've got like this task that you need to finish, right? And the energy it takes for you from shifting your focus from one task to the other, it's another energy. You have to come back again to your rhythm to accomplish your task. And it's a lot of time wasted. So
Definitely.
definitely focus on your goals, learn from other people, be disciplined enough to set limitation and set boundaries. And this does not have to be forever. This is for the period of time where, hear me, when you're laying foundations is important. Many people tell me, oh yeah, but this person does this, does this, does. Yes, when your foundation is solid, you can do 10,000 different things. But when you're laying your foundation, you lay it one foundation at a time. You're
Wow.
focused on one thing, you grow that skill, you're strong in that skill, then you go to the next one. And when you've had a solid foundation of different skills, then you can now try to manipulate and try to change and do different things. But when you're starting out, focused on one thing and focused on setting foundations, setting the right and solid foundations.
I
I
mean, you can't
love
go
this.
wrong. You can't
Pardon?
go wrong. You can't go wrong as a new person trying to like get to a level. The worst you can do for yourself is to accommodate distractions.
Distraction. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no amount of things you are trying to achieve, so long there are things that distract you around you and you do not you do not like block them out,
Yeah.
you might never really achieve much of the things you want. You might never achieve one. It's very important,
100%.
like you
Yeah.
said.
100%.
Mhm.
100%. And I love these discussions. And guys, if you've just jumped in at the middle of this discussion, we are talking about resilience. We're talking about stories of hard work and focus for young achievers. And if you're watching this video, you might probably be an achiever. We probably are kindred souls. And that's why you're watching, you're interested to come on here. And if you're not part of us, it's also fine. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. All right. And we're taking to young achievers. And I think it's so important to build a sort of resilience. And if you just join us, I recommend that you watch this video again and you subscribe to this channel because we're going to cover the final topic and the final question. And it says, what are some key lessons you've learned that you wish to pass on to young people building their lives? A young person that is maybe fresh out of school, looking for a job, or just started a career, or just started to figure himself out. What are some of the lessons you like to pass on to them? Or what are some of the things you wish you knew when you started?
All right. So number one thing is, I mean, still gonna go back to what we've been saying. Do you understand?
Mhm.
And number one is you just have to do there's no easy way out. I mean, I grew up, you know me, I grew up that my mom is always my mom. I was a mommy's boy, of course. I know that. And
Shout out, by the way, shout out to all the mothers out there. You ladies rock.
seriously,
You've made champions, you've raised
seriously.
amazing people. So thank you to all the mothers out there.
Thank you to all the mothers out there, seriously. So one thing is my mom, I mean, I'm still going to give a shout out to them also and to my mom because she actually raised me in a way that it was the foundation she laid down for me that actually allowed me to be where I am today. Because I can't even go any and because why am I saying this? You know, when I was talking about how the journey started, I mean, when I say journey started, of course, in Lagos, not when we were growing up, of course. In Lagos, I know a whole lot of people that they are still right there.
Mm,
Not that they are not good, they are also trying. I
yeah.
asked, what is the difference between me and them? I don't know. But could be the foundation that my mother said, because I know that that's That's probably the difference between us. Do you
Mm.
understand? So, but then it never came easy for me to. I have to like do the work. You cannot do it any. There's no somebody is coming to this thing to save me. Nobody,
Shortcut.
there's no shortcuts. And there's
Nobody's
nobody
come to save you.
to help you and do
Yeah.
anything.
Nobody's come to save you.
Your parents can be good, they might be doing well, they might be doing all that, but it's all on you now.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they are going to leave. The baton will be passed to you. Do you understand? So, number
Yeah.
one, no shortcuts. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
Number two, the lesson that I learned in my journey, number two will be that, I
What do you wish you knew before you started?
before I started in
Yes. What do you wish?
my career,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so take it to the career part because I wanted to talk about life in general, but let me take it
Oh,
to the
that's
career part.
good. That's good too. You can also share life in general.
Okay, in general, the thing is, people, you need to be nice to people.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
You need to be nice to people.
Mm.
Now, people will not treat you the way you treat them,
Mm.
but that does not mean you need to be bitter about it.
You mean
Because
people might not treat you because many times when you treat people nice, they tend to treat you nice, but some people might not. So people
they
might not
might not,
treat you the way. Yes.
actually, they might not treat you the way you treated them or the way you
Mm.
expect them to treat you.
To treat you. Mm.
So sometimes you need to not be bitter about it because
Yeah.
sometimes your the good attitude you have, the good part of you, there are people who are noticing it.
Mm.
There are people who are saying it.
Yeah.
And when it now boils down to time for people to talk about people who are actually this and this, you will be
Hmm.
surprised that you are part of the people that they are calling.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I didn't know you people. I mean, I was just doing my normal thing. I didn't know you people were noticing that. So that
Hmm.
is that
Hmm.
about general life in general. So let me take it to the career now. Like you mentioned, like since you mentioned the career. So
Hmm.
for career, what did I learn that I wish I uh knew back then? So I'm just gonna like say this thing. I think this is just general that I think
Hmm.
everybody knows. So one thing I learned, which is what I always tell the young people in tech, that they should always, I will always say it, is the fact that don't try to know everything. Don't
Hmm.
try to learn everything.
Hmm.
You understand? I mean, when you start, you feel like this is the next new thing, this is the next new thing, this is the next new thing. That is where that can also be a distraction. We just spoke about distraction now.
It is. Yeah.
Talking about distraction. So distraction could be, it's not about social media. Distraction sometimes is not even about social media. It's not even about your neighbor. Though the buzzing about this new tech, this new tool, this new, you might be getting them on social media. So we can still say it's social media. But at the end of the day, if you work in a space, in the tech space, you will definitely have colleagues. You don't even need to go to social media together. We have some colleagues, they'll be like, I know this language, I know this language, I know this language. But the truth is, take one at a time. I had to learn one thing. I learned something that took me months. Which months? It took me like more than a year to master. I wouldn't even say I mastered it very, very well. To master, and I started building projects. While I was building projects with it, I started learning, I started finding out that what I thought I mastered, I never mastered it. Do you understand?
Hmm.
It was at the time of working, I started noticing that, sometimes when you're learning something, it's like somebody's holding your hand to cross the road.
Yeah.
When you now started working on that thing, it's like you are left alone to actually do the work. Do you understand? So a
Yes.
lot of young ones, they tend to like because that happened to me. I remember when I learned JavaScript, I wanted to learn React, I wanted to learn Node.js, I wanted to learn Angular, I wanted to learn why? Because I kept hearing, this is what they are using this company, this is what this person is using, this is what that person is using, this person. That is a distraction. I needed along the way, and I found out that way you need to just block out this noise. And at the end of the day, most people say they learned it, they learned it, they learned it, they learned it, they learned this. There's a saying that says that why did they put it again? They said um uh, master of none. Please, I've forgotten. That's
Jack of all
Jack of
trade,
all trades,
master of
master
none.
of none. Do you
Yes.
understand? So
Yes.
you notice that they know this. When it comes to
Hmm.
that exact thing that you know, they can't
Hmm.
start there with you because you took your time to perfect that thing.
To master it. Yes.
You
Mastery is
understand?
important. Yes.
So those are the three things I will actually say that I learned later in life, in my career, but then those were the things that actually like yeah I can tell somebody that I've learned.
Yes. I love that. I love that you talked about, first of all, having the willingness to learn. One, be open to learning. And know that you don't have to learn everything. Focus and lay foundation one skill at a time.
Yeah,
Block distractions by creating barriers, healthy barriers and
yeah,
limitations that will help you grow,
yeah,
right? And focus
mm,
on one thing at a time. And guys, we talked about resilience, we talked about hard work, we talked about being young achievers. And there's so many things in this conversation we touched on. So I would definitely recommend that. One, you watch this again, to share with your friend,
yeah,
share with those people that you feel that they need to listen to this, because Olumide dropped a lot of gems. And I'm always so honored to have guests here who are willing to share their stories, who are willing to take their time to just inspire someone else. And guys, we've come to the end of this podcast, but it's just the beginning for you.
yeah.
It's the end of our time today, but it's just the beginning for you. And until we meet again next time, I wish you well. I want you to be strong. I want you to be resilient. I want you to be focused. Keep your eye on your goal. And most
Yeah.
importantly, I want you to love yourself a little bit more. Love yourself a little bit more and love yourself so much that you choose yourself. You choose your goals. You choose your happiness. You choose your family. You choose your strength. You choose your health. Love yourself so much that you choose your health. Guys, I love
Yeah.
you. And until our next podcast, stay well, stay blessed. I'll see you again. Bye for now.
Bye bye.